Good evening, family and friends. Welcome to Norwalk High School's 162nd annual commencement. It is our district's honor to recognize the class of 2022. As the principal at Norwalk High School, it is my privilege to lead the second ever graduation here at Contractor Stadium. Tonight we will recognize the 169 graduates in the class of 2022. They are small in numbers, but they are mighty. To begin, I want to thank some of the people who helped make tonight possible. I want to thank all the teachers in the Norwalk City School District for all that you have done to prepare the students for this day. I want to thank all the support staff, including custodians, cooks, maintenance staff, and bus drivers for all that they do. I want to thank the individuals seated behind me, as well as the high school office staff for all they do to support our students. Specifically, I want to thank my secretary, Mrs. Chapin. From her days at Maplehurst to the ordering of caps and gowns and organization of diplomas, tonight's ceremony would not be the same without your help. Finally, I want to thank all the family members who have supported our graduates throughout their educational journey. Let's have a round of applause for everyone that helped the class of 2022. It is now my pleasure to invite Miss Isabel Borgeson, Senior Class President and soon-to-be Toledo Rocket, to the stage to offer her comments to the class of 2022.
Friends, family, administration, and faculty, on behalf of the graduating class, I would like to thank you for all your support these last 4 years on our academic journey. None of us would be here without it. even though we really didn't need it due to SparkNotes, Quizlet, Chegg, and the highly accredited Wikipedia. No, but seriously, without great support and guidance from the most important people in our lives, none of us would be here tonight. I never believed anyone when they told me high school would fly by, yet here I am giving a speech in front of a stadium full of the best people I've ever met. When I started writing my speech, I was overwhelmed with all of the great memories I had made with you all. It made me really reflect on my last 4 years. Going into freshman year, we had no idea how fast this would go by. That year, we competed in our first spirit relays, attended our first football games under the Friday night lights, and made friends that would be a huge part of our high school lives. We also attended our first homecoming dance, where I learned that Dalton Stefani does not mess around with those things. He really gets down. And now, as seniors, we have learned that we are very talented, athletic, successful, and by far the most attractive class. Seeing the growth that we have all made in ourselves these last 4 years is outstanding. Ian Miner's 12 varsity letters shows his dedication, and Brendan Yang, never failing himself or anyone else, shows how big of a heart he has. As a class, we have grown so much and consistently shown our potential for success. But when it comes down to it, your titles do not define you, your stats do not define you, and your test scores do not define you. Over these last 4 years, I've spent countless hours working on my AP and honors classes, as well as being president of 3 clubs and involved in almost every club at Norwalk High School. I thought that being the head of everything and being a very decorated individual would get me far. And not to brag, it really did when it came to my GPA and my college resume. But at what cost? It took me 4 years to realize how important my relationships with my peers actually are. These last few months, I really got to know a lot of my classmates, and I had a realization. Now, to make it clear, I don't think I wasted my whole time in high school focusing on schoolwork and planning events, but that was the majority of it. You should always work hard and maintain a good work ethic, but that should never come at the cost of your relationships. Keeping relationships with your friends and family is crucial for a successful and happy life. Who you meet and how you portray yourself to others is more than you think. If you always come off as reserved or grumpy, then it's going to be hard to make a good first impression or build on existing relationships. Buddha Muhammad once said, "If the world was blind, how many people would you impress?" This world revolves around titles and looks far too much, when in reality, the way you treat others and treat yourself will get you farther in life than any other superficial thing you have to offer. You all have very big hearts and are meant to do big things out there in the big kid world. Whether that's as a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or even a professional rapper. Regardless of what you decide to pursue as a career, always stop and think of how you are serving yourself and the relationships in your life. Our experiences in high school have shaped us into the individuals we are today. However, it is important to remember that your successes and failures do not define you. As we graduate today and make our way into the big wide world, take time to appreciate the small victories of your life and pay attention to the small moments, because the rest of your life from here is going to fly by. And it's far more important to remember the people you know, where you go, what you do, and not what you have. I can't thank each of you enough for helping me and everyone else these last 4 years. These memories I have made are something I will cherish forever. Winnie the Pooh once said, "How lucky I am," something that makes saying goodbye so hard. That being said, I refuse to say goodbye to any of you, so I'm going to treat this as a see you next week type of situation. Tonight marks the close of one of many chapters of our story. Tomorrow, we are all starting a new chapter, and that means we can do anything. Don't be afraid to make this next chapter of one of the best and the most exciting ones of your life story. We are all destined to do great things, no matter how big or small. I hope that the next part of your story is everything you want it to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. At this time, please direct your attention to the video board for a performance of I Will Remember You, sung by the Norwalk High School Select and Concert Choirs under the direction of Mrs. Carol Mason.
Good evening. I'm Nick Kish, Assistant Principal at Norwalk High School. I would like to take this moment to congratulate the class of 2022. You guys look fabulous, by the way. I want to wish you the best in all of your future endeavors. It is my pleasure to introduce the professionals on the stage that will form the receiving line for today's graduates. Seated on the left side of the stage are Mr. Tom Garrity, representative of the Norwalk Public School Alumni Association, Mr. Ralph Ritzenthaler, Board of Education member, Mr. Dwayne Moore, Board of Education member, Mrs. Lisa Wick, Board of Education president, Mr. Patrick Kania, principal of Norwalk High School. Seated on the right side of the stage are Mr. Matt Earhart, supervisor at EHOVE, Mr. Jeremy Norris, Board of Education vice president, Mrs. Allison Crawford, Board of Education member, Mrs. Joyce DuPont, treasurer, Mrs. Jennifer Gerber, director of curriculum and technology, Mr. Corey Ream, director of operations, Mr. Brad Cooley, superintendent. And working in the press box tonight with filming, sound, and technology is Mr. Josh Schlotterer, Director of Student Activities. At this time, I would like to recognize all of our teaching staff and support staff of the Norwalk City School District. Please stand and be recognized. Let's give them a round of applause, please. We very much appreciate your commitment to our school and your dedication to our students. Thank you, and once again, congratulations, class of 2022. I also have the honor today of recognizing our Salutatorian. The Salutatorian of Norwalk's class of 2022 is Miss Lana Oglesby. Lana will be attending Case Western Reserve University this fall. You can come up, Lana, be recognized, where she will major in electrical engineering. Presenting this year's salutatorian address, I present to you Lana Oglesby.
First, I would like to thank the school board for making all of this possible. Mr. Cooley for being our principal and rising up to be our superintendent. Mr. Kenya for stepping up this year and listening to our student body. Mr. Kish for being everybody's best friend. Mrs. Chandler and Mr. Higgins for absolutely destroying me with their classwork, only to build me back up stronger and better prepared for college. And Mrs. Clark for putting up with my oscillation between seriousness and hijinks. I would also like to thank my parents for setting me up to be the person I am today. I truly could not have gotten here without the support you provided me through all of my endeavors. Thank you to my big brother for helping me whenever I needed it. And last but not least, thank you to my little brother for switching between criticizing and making fun of my every move. He calls it character blunt, but what do I know? Believe it or not, I struggle with this speech, and I struggle hard. What could I possibly say to the class of 2022 to leave them with more wisdom than they already have? Well, besides words of basic hygiene, in which some of you clearly need a little bit of advice. I've been in your locker room, football players. It's unacceptable. Anyways, as you guys know, we're a pretty small class. That means that all of you have had the pleasure or displeasure of knowing me personally. And in turn, all of us know each other pretty well. We know who likes to draw, who's really fast, who's as smart as a whip, and whose middle school emo phase was clearly not just a phase. I'm sure all of you know me for being a tryhard, or a very vocal and loudly opinionated person. If that's all that you think I am, we can argue about it later, but for now, that's all right with me. But what you don't know is I had a very hard school year. I think that we can all agree whoever said junior year was the hardest probably didn't make it to senior year. Despite taking 4 APs my junior year, the college application process was unbearable. I mean, who in their right mind thinks that a bunch of 17 and 18-year-olds are going to know what they want to do for the rest of their lives? They can't even trust us with our milk cartons at lunch. Don't even get me started on the stress of friends and family asking which college you're going to. How do you say I haven't gotten an acceptance letter yet without sounding like an absolute loser? It's a mystery. Anyways, my whole life, I've been looking towards the future. Whether it was being a doctor, lawyer, astronaut, you name it, I was on it. Believe me, nothing was gonna stop me from changing the world. And then I got behind in my college applications. After that, I went on a spiral, overloading myself with schoolwork and college stuff. I found myself backing away from all my extracurriculars and sports. My attendance deteriorated. All I had left were my grades. Obviously, this was concerning to my parents, who saw shifts in my behavior and wondered what in the world was going on. If you guys didn't know, my dad was pretty upset I didn't do track this year. This school year, I almost lost everything I was working towards. You might be wondering why I've been going on about this long and unrelatable sob story. Well, it's because even if our stories aren't the same, we share one thing. Whether you're going to college, entering the workforce, or enlisting in the military, none of us want to fail as adults. If I could go back to the beginning of the year and tell myself that I would be standing here today, I would do that just fine. I'd be just fine. I would do it in a heartbeat. But even more so, I want to tell all of you that you'll be just fine. I mean, come on. We as a class have already tackled mature issues. We survived and pushed past the quarantine. In the adult world, you must be ready for everything in your life to change in an instant and to be able to adapt and overcome. We endured during one of the most harsh political climates. Even if we have differing opinions, I feel like I could talk to every single one of you, which is a skill many adults struggle with today, but not us. So here we are having sophisticated skills no other age group could possibly have. I know the older generations like to call us lazy sometimes, but hey, at least we can log into our Facebook without any help. I mean, yeah. So the next time that you forget everything's gonna be okay, just remember, be proud if you've been able to dedicate your time to a sport. Be proud if you've had the courage to perform in hundreds of people. Be proud if you've been able to manage both a job and school. Be proud if you sat down, studied, and got the grade you wanted. Be proud if you're able to wake up before school and plan a nice outfit. Be proud if you go to the gym on a regular basis. Be proud if you can get yourself up on your free feet even when you think you can't. Be proud that you made it here. You are about to receive your diploma for years of hard work and dedication. That's not easy. In our generation of speed and short attention, we forget that all the tiny things we've been doing during high school have taught us several skills that we will use for the rest of our lives. Whether you want to stay in Norwalk or move thousands of miles away, stay true to yourself. I will never get to see all of us together like this again. So, I challenge you, starting today, to show off the things you're proud of. Bring your strengths out into the world and wear them with pride. Because I know us, and we are going to do just fine. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you, Lana. Delivering this year's valedictorian address is Mr. Luke Brown. In the fall, Luke will be attending Ohio University to major in translational help. The valedictorian of Norwalk High School's class of 2022, Mr. Luke Brown.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start, I want to thank Mr. Cooley, Mr. Kenya, Mr. Kish, and the wonderful faculty that have pushed me to become the best version of myself and wiser as the days progress. I also want to thank my family, friends, and church for the support throughout the years. It is also an honor and pleasure to speak and reflect with you all, fellow classmates. I want to start the speech on a more serious note, though. I hope everyone realizes that tonight is the last time we are in high school and can reflect as a full class. After tonight, we will become adults. As Mr. Kenya noted throughout our high school careers, we have one of three options: to attend post-secondary education, apply to the workforce, or join the military. I do not know about all of you, but I am excited yet terrified to enter the transition from high school to adulthood. I am excited because there is so much opportunity out there to make the class of 2022 known, whether it be through a future job, at college, or in the military. I am also excited to become independent. However, those same facts also make me petrified. Even though I will become independent, every decision that I make will be my sole responsibility. In the same way, those future opportunities that we now have are competitive to get and nerve-wracking to think about. Let's not fret too much though. If there is anything I have learned from high school, I have learned four virtues that we should have if we want to be employable, competitive, and successful as we transition into a new stage of life. Those virtues are courage, dedication, determination, and authenticity. Before I get into the value of courage, I want to take you through its meaning. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, courage is a mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, and withstand danger, fear, or difficulty. In other words, it can appear in many forms. Finding a way to get past obstacles to get a job done, overcoming them, or getting past the first step of transitioning from high school to adult life. Courage is important because it shows employers that we can do this. No temporary obstacle will prevent us from achieving our dreams. We are courageous enough to overcome our fears and tribulations and push on. As Mr. Kish said it best in our lackluster yet informative daily announcements, we can keep on trucking. As a class, we have displayed this quality because even though our grades may have slipped, or we had other events and responsibilities that affected our ability to focus on school, we continue to persevere through difficulty, and we made it here tonight. Courage also shows that we can stand up for our beliefs without fear of the consequences that may follow. That means we can and should stand up for our faith. As a proud leader of Believe 316 and an avid member of the church, I encourage you all to stand by what you believe in. It shows that we are not willing to stop because other people told us that we would not do well. Friends, let me tell you that we can succeed in the adult world even if other people do not think so. Some of the most successful people on this planet continue to pursue their dreams and succeeded even though the route to success was difficult. However, employers respect that people can admit that they are wrong and need help. When I was depressed, I was not able to overcome it without the help of my close friends, family, and my church. I thought I could carry the reins myself, and I downplayed my depression for what it actually was, a raging battle. But I was wrong, and I needed to gain the courage to talk to my family and friends about how I felt. That is why in the workforce, people need to understand how to be team players. They need to have the courage to ask for help, whether that may be carrying a heavy object or a big burden. In summary, courage is a valuable trait because it shows that your past does not rule your future. You have strong beliefs and you can ask for help. Although courage is required to overcome difficulty, dedication and determination are needed to continue past those difficulties and work towards goals. Employers respect determination because it shows that we are motivated. However, it is one thing to be ambitious. It takes both ambition and hard work for dreams to become a reality. As a Green Bay Packers football coach, Vince Lombardi acknowledged it best. The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand. In other words, it takes both dedication to what we are doing and the determination to continue to achieve our dreams. Our dreams are futile without working to achieve them. Nobody can do the hard work for us. Moreover, if we are hardworking, no one can tell us that we did not apply everything we know to whatever we are doing. As many of you know, my journey was not easy. When I was young, I was diagnosed with autism. I had a severe speech impediment and a developmental delay. It was hard for me to react properly to jokes and sarcasm and maintain self-control. That did not stop me from working hard to make my goals a reality. And look at me now. Literally, look at me now. I transformed myself from a shy, introverted child that is defined by autism to an outgoing man that people can look up to, quite literally. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is impossible with dedication and determination. With the drive to achieve your dreams and the dedication to stick it out and work for them, anything is possible. Finally, Authenticity is important because it shows that you are you. It shows that you are not your parent. It shows that you are not your idol. You are truly one of a kind, and you will experience a journey that is unlike anyone else in this crowd. While it may seem like we are just like any other class in Norwalk High School, we are not. We are unique. Even though it might seem like a downside, we are the smallest class to graduate in 50 years. But looking at our statistics and what we have already accomplished, we are one of the smartest classes to graduate from Norwalk High School. We are a class that will define history. We are exceptional already. Imagine what we could make of ourselves if we use our uniqueness to contribute to society. We can make a change. Even though that is true, it is our choice whether we use our uniqueness or not. We could choose to be authentic and embrace, question, and learn from what has happened in our surroundings and to us. Or we can live a life where we do not feel complete and are regretful. That is why employers in the competitive job market value authenticity in people. In summary, I hope as you all leave this graduation ceremony and enter the real world, you remember to live courageously, work consistently, fight for your dreams earnestly, and most importantly, live uniquely. However, if nothing else from my speech resonates with you all, I want you to remember this famous and relatable quote from Dr. Seuss. Life's too short to wake up with regrets. If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it would be easy. They just promised it would be worth it.
Not sure I can match that firepower, but I'll try. Thank you, Luke, Lana, and Isabel. Your place on this stage is well deserved. Following 4 years of pushing the envelope, making yourself stronger, smarter, and prepared for post-high school adventures. To the Norwalk High School class of 2022, it has been my honor to serve as your principal for 3 years. I would have loved that fourth and final year in the same capacity, walking the halls, visiting your classrooms, and having that daily interaction with most of you. However, I also knew that in order to have the biggest impact on your life, I needed to move to a position where I could cancel school. Not that some of you really needed my assistance to make that happen for yourself. In my first year of superintendent, I'm happy to report that we hit the Goldilocks number. Not too many, not too few, the perfect 5 days off. I do apologize for underperforming with the 2-hour delays. To think that we had just one in Northern Ohio is rather shocking and definitely worthy of the record books. Always take the over in future years. Pride is certainly running high tonight as we celebrate you, the trucks of 2022. You will be forever etched on the NHS timeline that extends back to 1861, when Sarah Wilkinson Dunbar became the first and only graduate in that year to earn her Norwalk High School diploma. Her picture adorns the wall just outside of the main office. In the event that you are playing Norwalk trivia or are asked by someone, who is that random lady hanging on the wall? You will now know the answer. That is Sarah. She was our first. She grew up here. She was much like you. Minus, of course, College Credit Plus, TikTok, belly shirts, Apple Watches, ripped jeans, artificial intelligence, Starbucks, Netflix, $5 gas, and your beloved Duncan. Together this evening, we have parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, siblings, educators, board and community members who are proud alum of Norwalk High School. If you fit that bill, please stand at this time to be recognized. Thank you for raising, teaching, and supporting our kids in the Maple City. Sue Bright is a perfect example of someone who could check all the boxes and then some. The Maplehurst elementary teacher graduated from Norwalk High School, as did her own children, and she has taught for 37 years in our district. How about a round of applause for Mrs. Bright? Mrs. Bright was at League Elementary when your class passed through prior to clustering. Nick, Erica, Gabe, Andrew, Caden, Stephen. Do you remember those days? Do you think she could pick you out of a lineup today? I'm going with a strong yes, except for maybe Willard. Perhaps a haircut and a shave, and she will know you. Congratulations, Mrs. Bright, on a stellar career and a job well done. Some of you started at Maplehurst, some at Pleasant, and some at League. And within a few years, your journey became one singular body, one group, the class of 2022. Advancing together through Main Street, Norwalk Middle School, and eventually Norwalk High. Just as your class has a very special bond, the Norwalk City School District has a special team. A team of 317 individuals, pre-K through 12th grade, who educate, feed, transport, provide guidance, and yes, clean up after your little dirty selves. Except for maybe the locker room, like Lena's expressed. It is my hope that each of you had fond memories with how a handful of those 317 made life better for you. Perhaps it was a smile as you stepped onto the bus, a kind word in the lunch line, a cheer for you at courtside, a much-needed smackdown when you did not give your best, or even a comforting talk as you processed sadness and grief. Those staff-to-student connections were not a one-way street. Many of you made life better for others, including myself. Have lunch with Hannah and Eric. Be it Campbell or Crookie, your day will improve. Get to know Cheyenne, Amani, and Luke. You will see grit, resolve, and a rock-solid Christian faith. Spend time with smart people. Find Abby, Connor, Brian, Brendan, Sydney, Caleb, Seth, Kyler, Xavier, Luke, Lana, and Harley. Listen here. Your class has the highest number of students earning 30 and above on the ACT in our school's history. Check out the artistic beauty from the hands of Aria, Abby, Paris, and Riley. You will be amazed and inspired. By the way, Paris and Riley, is there any chance that you can get your 4-year degree finished over the summer? If so, I'm ready to hire you both to a long-term contract. In several short months, your classmates will be dotting the map. We have trucks headed to Paris Island, South Carolina, Mississippi, Illinois, New York, Arizona, Kentucky, Iowa, California. Of course, the Buckeye State will be well covered too, from T-Town to the land, to the river and back. Wherever your feet fall, hold your head high and wear those trucker t-shirts with pride. You each have a dynamic story, a rich history, a powerful legacy. After 162 years in business, one thing is clear. Our town is made up of doers. local companies, booster clubs, charitable groups, and endowment boards that support our schools. They supported you. When people know how to roll up their sleeves, make wise decisions, and work together, you can rest assured that our future here is bright, and we will indeed keep on trucking. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Cooley. What a year. I was assistant principal for 8 years and watched the graduation ceremony 8 different times with 8 different classes. Class of 2022, you have been one of the tightest classes that I have ever seen. You attended athletic events in record numbers, filled the E-Pack for the musical, and supported each other every step of the way. When I interviewed at Norwalk 9 years ago, I noticed the beautiful student-created artwork on the walls. I heard the band practicing the fight song during band camp. I saw a bright gymnasium with high ceilings, seating at least twice as many as any school I'd ever been a part of. I saw the Ernst Performing Arts Center, LGI, and Art Gallery. I met my first student. I remember it was Sydney Featheroff. She was in the office meeting with Miss Stewart, wondering how she could juggle taking 2 honors courses and be able to compete in a high level in her athletics. I remember my interview where we discussed topics like academic achievement, time commitment, and professional growth. You know what I realized during that short day was that this was the place for me. I found myself in awe of this wonderful high school staff. I found that this was a team I wanted to be a part of. It was evident during those 2 hours this was a place where the community supports the schools, where the town's generosity is always on display, where people take pride in hard work and support the arts just as much as they support their athletic teams. I feel fortunate to work in this community every day as I turn on to Shady Lane Drive. Class of 2022, you are in small in numbers but mighty, 169 strong. You started school in a recession with high unemployment, and you ended your time in a housing boom with very low unemployment. During your school days, you've seen many changes. The COVID pandemic brought many challenges to our school. Many of you flourished during this time, finding $20 an hour summer jobs and starting investing at a young age. Some took this opportunity to take many more college courses online as people were forced to develop better technologies to teach in that environment. Many of us got to spend more time with our families, whether we like that or not. Many of us were placed in situations where we had to step up, where we had to seize the moment. Erica Johnson was asked as orchestra president to take the place of Mr. Stidak for 2 weeks. I can tell you the orchestra this year sounded great. Erica, your influence was apparent, and your musical talents are amazing, but your leadership and kindness are your best traits. Jacob Willer became the resident expert in the Performing Arts Center. He was called upon to get the aging sound system just right, so our many programs would go off without a hitch. Aria Beard and Caleb Summers were asked to plan a Veterans Day ceremony. The school heard a speech from Norman Zimmerman, a World War II veteran. It was one of the most powerful Veterans Day assemblies in my time. We filled up the bed of my truck 3 times with donations for the Norwalk Area United Fund. We replenished their supplies to go to those directly within need. Abby Hart finished her first marathon a week ago, 26.2 miles. That would be 105 laps around the Fisher-Titus track. The odds of me finishing marathon would be about 10 million to 1. Congratulations, Abby. Buddy Baker threw a no-hitter. What an accomplishment. Carson Bauman loves school so much that he will continue to represent this school for 1 more week as he cleared over 14 feet in the pole vault to qualify for the state track meet. And to the Norwalk baseball seniors, you are definitely not done yet. We had a group of senior boys perform their version of Jingle Bell Rock from Mean Girls at the White Gift Assembly. On second thought, that part belongs in my lowlights section. Speaking of lowlights, this year had its challenges. Why was it still so hard to buy toilet paper? Why could we get no soda in our machines? Why does the price of gas go up when the price of oil goes down? Why did it rain so much this spring? Why is it trendy to pair a tube top with mom jeans? Someday you will all look back at these crazy years and laugh just like I will. I hope you remember the good times, I hope you cherish the great times, and I hope you value all the struggles you had. I hope those struggles help prepare you for life. Somehow we all got through it. We all persevered. We're able to return to normalcy. Mrs. Rogers helped fill up the E-Pack with The Wizard of Oz. The play highlights the need for a brain, heart, and to have courage. You must be able to think, care for others, and you must have confidence. What a great message. Somehow, Amani Coleman was cast as a wicked witch of the West when she is the furthest thing from being wicked. She epitomizes the key characteristics of a successful person. Amani, you are truly inspiring. I told your class 1 month ago about a sign that hangs in the local tavern where I'm from. It says, everyone here brings happiness. Some bring it when they come, and some bring it when they go. This class, you have definitely brought happiness when you come. I will miss so many of you. I will miss watching Ian hit home runs. I'm going to miss the Nikolai twins excel at a bowling match while drinking grape slushies. I'm going to miss Luke and Lana's impact on our academics. I'm going to miss Isabel, Lindsay, Riley, and Maya cheering on the truckers. I'm in awe of the flips they can pull off. The odds of me pulling off those flips is officially 0. I will miss the magic that Naya does on the soccer pitch. I will miss the athletes that participate in 3 sports for all 4 years. Ian, Cheyenne, Caleb, and Jesse. What an accomplishment. I'm going to miss Sierra Zurcher's effort in helping others. I'm looking forward to Rebecca Shepard doing great things. Have you seen the sign, hit a deer, get a steer? If I hit a deer, I'm going to go see Rebecca, and I'll still get my steers from Mrs. Chapin. I'm looking forward to Landon Klett being a high-achieving electrician, and I'm looking forward to those of you going into education. There are too many of you to mention. We need all of you now more than ever, and we need your help. We need bus drivers right now. We need great substitutes and great teachers to lead the next generation of truckers. Apply now at www.norwalktruckers.net. Please help us maintain our excellence. Amazon's founder has a saying that I believe in. If you want to be successful in life, you must create more than you consume. It is time for all of you to take the next step in life. Enroll in school, enlist in the military, or get meaningful employment. It's time for you to be the creators. It's time for Lana's programming skills to be put to work. It's time for Luke to create beautiful smiles. It's time for Isabel to save lives. It's time for Angel Lopez, Gerardo Diaz, Connor Rademacher, and Tyson Reinig to provide the blanket of safety that all of our brave men and women help provide. And it is time for all of you to make this world a better place. This year has been amazing for me. 1 year ago today, on this Saturday, I got a hole-in-one on a 300-yard par 4. That is a true story. The odds of that are 6 million to 1. Still better odds than me finishing a marathon. I got lucky again a couple weeks later as I accepted this principal job from a rest stop in eastern Pennsylvania. I got to spend the last few weeks reflecting and preparing for today's commencement. The build-up to today has allowed me to appreciate this year. I feel just as lucky as I felt 1 year ago today. I feel so lucky to have been your principal this year. I feel fortunate to have closed out your years at Norwalk City Schools. I wish you all the best of luck in your futures. Remember to create more than you consume. And for the last time, go Truckers.
Good evening. President Wick, members of the Board of Education, Mr. Cooley, Mr. Reed. Having having met the requirements for graduation set by the great state of Ohio and the Norwalk City School District, it is my honor to present the Norwalk High School class of 2022. Luke Dustin Brown, summa cum laude. Lana Kamhowie Oglesby, summa cum laude. Isabel Grace Borgeson, summa cum laude. Jorge Aaron Amaya, cum laude. Alexis J. Aaron Andrews. Nayeli Anzueto, magna cum laude. Alina Kylie Arndt. Buddy Joe Baker Jr., cum laude. Samuels Charles Schaefer Battles, cum laude. Carson Daniel Bauman. Aria Christine Beard, magna cum laude. Jewel Raffinian Beatty. Adrian Joseph Bellamy. Maya Grace Binkley. Brenna Lynn Blaney. Seth Andrew Bogner, cum laude. Riley K. Breaker. Griffin Robert Brucher. Gavin James Burns. Dakota Andrew Kane. Chase Gregory Campbell, cum laude. Natalia Edith Carino. Jennifer Ashley Cardy, cum laude. Kelton Daniel Chapin. Jesse James Cole. Imani Simone Coleman, summa cum laude. Daisy Mylene Colmenares Vasquez. Kennedy Ray Conley. Eric Michael Cruikshanks. Jackson Cap Daniels. Nicholas J. Charles Dela Cruz. Victoria Marciana Dela Cruz. Hannah Marie Denninger. Jocelyn Grace Denninger. McKenna Dawn Denninger. Gerardo Tomas Diaz Jr. Riley Ann Dickerson, cum laude. Catherine Brady Doyle. Trenton Andrew Drake Jr. Xavier Isaiah Eastman, cum laude. Savannah Rain Elliott. Blake Warren Ellis. Seth Bentley Ellis. Seth Robert Farmer, summa cum laude. Ezra Andrew Forney, cum laude. Aubrey Rain Fox. Sydney Allison Fox.
Yes,
Avery Yvonne Fulton. Teresa Marie Fulton. London Noel Gatchett, summa cum laude. Allison Renee Gendron. Harley Elizabeth Genovese, summa cum laude. Maya Emily Gerber, summa cum laude. Brandon Scott Gockstetter. Hayden Jeffrey Graffis. Mason Patrick Hainline. Jesse Donald Harris II. Abigail Shane Hart, magna cum laude. Hillary Elaine Harvey. Connor Allen Heel. Desiree Marie Hernandez, magna cum laude. Andrea Maribel Herrera, magna cum laude. Jade Madison Huber, cum laude. Brandon Lee Hudson. Elena Nicole Hughes. Sebastian Blake Izzard. Erica Jean Johnson. Elizabeth Brooke Jones. Julia Elaine Jones. Rebecca Lynn Jones. Landon Matthew Klett. Montana Annette Marie Knudsen. Michaela Rain Koenig. Hattie Jean Kramer. Kyler Aaron Cromer, summa cum laude. Sydney Ann Cool, summa cum laude. Lance Morgan Lenhart. Caitlin McKay Lewis. Isabella Quinn Lloyd, magna cum laude. Angel Alberto Lopez. Gabriel Logan Lucasco. Chelsea Morgan Marietta. Kevin Michael McFadden, cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth Mead, summa cum laude. Emily Wynn Negro. Dominic Jonathan Middleton. Owen Gerald Miller.
Owen!
Ian Michael Minor, magna cum laude. Alyssa Leanne Moore, cum laude. Cheyenne Marie Mosier, cum laude. Carly Joe Nicolai. Carter Christopher Nicolai. Jada Michael Nolan, summa cum laude. Jillian Margaret Nolan, magna cum laude. Lindsay K. Norwood. Eli Thomas Oberner, cum laude. Orion Alexander Olmacher. Andrew Efe Olanian. Megan Joy Olson, summa cum laude. Catherine Jenna Ott. Sophia Page Ott, magna cum laude. Griffin Michael Peoples, cum laude. Ashton Allen Peterson. Brody Ryan Poole. Gavin Lane Proctor. Caden Allen Rath. Tyson James Reinick. Mackenzie Lynn Louise Richardson. Ryan Patrick Ritzenthaler. Summa cum laude. Kevin Romero, magna cum laude. Caleb Anthony Roll, summa cum laude. Julianne Salcedo, cum laude. Ethan Michael Schmenk. Carly Ann Schnellinger, magna cum laude. Rebecca Sage Shepherd, magna cum laude. Andrew Michael Shope, cum laude. Nathan Charles Silcox. Cameron Reagan Smith. Paris Danielle Snyder, summa cum laude. Caleb McMillan Summers, summa cum laude. Cade Vincent Staley, summa cum laude. Allie Jean Stefani. Dalton Steve Stefani. Jaden Robert Sternberg. James Allen Stober. Ira Nicole Strouder. Xavier Daniel Sweet, magna cum laude. Daniel Robert Tracek, cum laude. Evan Joseph Vanderpool, cum laude. Kirsten Elizabeth Gladys. Timothy Michael Wallace. Owen Michael Walton. Alexa Daisy Lucille Ward. Dominique Rochelle Ward, cum laude. Abigail Elizabeth Watson. Seth Robert Weisenberger. Jacob Allen Willard, magna cum laude. Stephen Paul Willard, summa cum laude. Trevor Allen Williams. Ella Christine Williamson, magna cum laude. Brendan Yang, summa cum laude. Sierra Rose Zerker. Jaeja Lay Arlissa King. Donovan Paul Bailey. Norwalk High School class of 2022. Everyone is invited onto the field to celebrate and get photos with the graduates. At this time, Isabel Borgeson will lead the class in the ceremonial changing of the tassels. Isabel.
Class of 2022. We are now graduates of Norwalk High School.